Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. A lot of people send me pictures and videos or emails, okay? And if you'd like to do the same, my email's in the description box below. So, as if you haven't already heard, we have a new Speaker of the House. Can you click on it and show me which one it is? Okay, so this email came in from a community member. She said so many countries have shelters for their citizens to go to in case of a nuclear attack. Finland, Russia, Sweden, China, Britain, I think, and many others. United States has no fallout shelters for its citizens. Yes, I know. I think that's why it's so popular that people are having these fallout shelters built in their backyards and underneath their homes. It was extremely popular back like during the Great Depression and everything, to have a at least a root cellar, you know, like a cellar. I remember my house when I lived up in New Jersey. My grandfather's house, he had a cellar and he used it for a wine cellar. So yeah, she said it's a find your own shelter country. Does that tell you how much our government cares for its citizens? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, they don't. That's the point. You know, everybody is telling their citizens to prepare except for the United States. I know. And, you know, it's pretty disgusting, if you ask me, you know, that they don't want their people to be prepared for what could or what might or what is coming. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's sad. It really, truly is. And so she says they are staying silent and threaten to confiscate what you have, put back your money and your hard work. Think about that. Yet people still think these worthless lying criminals on both sides care about them and want what's best. Oh no, they could care less. They could care less. They don't their best, our best interest is not what they have. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not what they have. It doesn't fit in their agenda. It's not what they have invested in. You know, and it's really sad that, you know, that citizens, American citizens, even think like this. But we only think like this because we know that it's fact. You know. So she says it's time to quit believing a single word that they say. 95% of them, anything, both sides, they have their tunnels, their bunkers supplied, and all the protection that they need, and we're left to die. Yeah, I know. I know that. And, you know, it's just crazy to even, you know, contemplate. And, you know, we stockpile, right? We prep and we prepare for a what if, right? And, you know, I've got a family of 8. Yeah, and when I first started doing this, my channel and everything, it was just us. It was just me and Sean, you know, and Andrew was in the Marines, you know, boot camp and stuff like that. And then now we're a family of 8. So, you know, when you look behind me, okay, you only see 2 shelves. You don't see what's in front of me. My entire dining room is no longer a dining room. It's like a grocery store. And, you know, I can sit here and laugh at it, you know, because it's so true. Because even my daughter, she's like, Mom. And I said, shut up, it's in the grocery store. And she's just like, I can't believe. And I'm like, what are you going to do, you know? But, you know, because ever since we, you know, now have my niece and nephew that we take care of, you know, we now have a family of 8 because my grandchildren and stuff like that too, you know. So it's like we have to stock up even more, and it costs even more, and inflation is killing us. I mean, it is killing us when I tell you, you know. If I could afford to build that bunker, oh, believe me, it would have been done already, you know, and it would be stocked, you know. And when you hear people say, like people like me, or even just people in general, if they ever say, get your home in order, stack it to the rafters, that better flip something off in your brain and say, oh, shite. Why? What's coming? And just start doing it. You know what I mean? And it's coming right at us, So, she said, I also wanted to suggest in preparing to remember vitamins. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I stock up on vitamins. I get all of my vitamins through, you can get it online. It's called the Vitamin Shop, and shop is spelled SHOPPE, thevitaminshop.com. And that's where I get all of my vitamins. They are all organic, so keep that in mind. This is not something that you would find at Walmart, you know what I mean? But yeah, I absolutely 100% agree with you with, stocking up on your vitamins, especially immune boosting, things like that. And also there's a lot of vitamins that will help with ailments as well. So, keep that in mind too. Just do your research first, okay? And speak to your doctor, of course. She said, because our food situation will be different and we will have to ration. Oh yeah, we already are. Are you kidding? We already are. So we're a family of 8. We have to ration, you know what I mean? Because if something calls for a pound of something, I'm cutting that to 3/4. You know what I'm saying? So believe me, we're already rationing. And she said, and cut down and out, and especially children. I also have a powder called muscle milk. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I like that. And she said it's protein. I got some after surgery a couple of months ago because I couldn't have meat for 8 weeks and had to build up everything else. It's a good source of protein and tastes better than the other drinks. It comes in vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, banana. Could have others, but it'll be something good to have if SHTF to put in milk or pudding, whatever. I think we'll need to I think we'll need things to keep our strength and nutrition. Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Okay, so here are some pictures from a community member. She said prepping never stops. You don't have to tell me twice. She said no breaks from this committed prepper. T-bones were on sale again at local grocery, $3.99 a pound. Wow, that's a really great price. As always, I never miss an opportunity to save money if possible. I switched my electric glass top stove out for a new gas range. You're hooked up for both? Really? That's interesting. She said, and I am happy that I can now run 2 canners simultaneously instead of just one. I know. Isn't that a blessing? I wish I could do that, but I've got a glass top stove. Why? Electric. Yeah. She said, saving a lot of time. I am continuing prayers for you and yours. Oh, well, thank you, sweetheart. I love you. So here's her pictures of her amazing accomplishments. It's beautiful. Here you go. Okay, so here is a video that was sent to me by a community member. She said, please see this. I said, okay. And the woman in this video, she's really correct. She's right on. She really, truly is. So listen to what she has to say about, the conspiracy theories and things like that, because as preppers, we're always known, or we're always thought to be known as conspiracy theorists, straight in the tinfoil hat and everything, But the way that she puts it, yeah, I agree with her. I really do.
Let me just tell you something insane. Okay, craziest conspiracy theory you've ever heard? Well, here's mine. The artificial sun. Yes, I'm telling you, it's a real conspiracy theory out there. Okay, so China blasted off this artificial sun in January, and it is like nuclear fusion, and it's supposed to create clean energy. But here's what's crazy. So all of these fact checkers are like, this is not an artificial sun. It's not an artificial sun. They were seeing a rocket when they saw it lift off and everything. Maybe that's the case. But there are so many articles out there very clear that it is an artificial sun. Even China's calling it that. And everybody's trying to get on the bandwagon, right? So North Korea has one. There's like 2 other places that I think Australia is one of the other ones that have one currently. And then of course the United States like came forward. Biden's like, oh, we're getting on this bandwagon as soon as possible. Don't worry, we're going to have the same thing quickly. And I've wondered if we already have it, because don't they like usually like tell us about things like way later? So if it's true. But here's what's wild. Here's the wildest part about it. They say that the jet streams that come out of planes that don't dissipate, you know what I'm talking about? They are using that to hide our artificial sun as it floats up into position in front of the sun. And then they might let it dissipate, or maybe not. But if you look at it, there's a black dot in the middle. So you can actually see the real sun behind it and the artificial sun in front of it. And that supposedly it is meant to help with global warming. But actually, in all actuality, it is blotting us from getting any vitamin D, keeping our plants without being able to get real vitamin D, and putting off radiation that's very harmful for us. That is the conspiracy. I mean, like any great American, I went and did my own research, and I've found a lot of stuff about it. That's just like the tip of the iceberg. But what do you think? Is it real? Is it a conspiracy theory, or is it a conspiracy fact? I don't know. You tell me.
Okay, now this email came in from a community member, and she said, I was listening to one of your latest videos, and you were talking about financial institutions such as JP Morgan not being worried about the future economy. Well, some of them are, and some of them are not. Some of them are saying we're going to have a soft landing. Some are saying that we're going to have a hard landing, you know, but I don't think any of them can actually come to an agreement and say, yep, this is what it's going to be. So it's up to us to literally decipher and figure it out on our own. We are not going to have a soft landing at all by any means. It's going to be a hard landing. We're all going to get punched in the guts, and that's that, you know. So that's why I've always encouraged everyone to prep and start the freedom gardens and, you know, pretty much get their house in order. And, you know, because honestly, if you don't have at least 6 months worth stocked up, you're going to hurt. Okay. And I don't want anybody in this community to hurt at all, you know, and I'm not just talking about the ABG community. I'm talking about the prepper community as a whole. Okay. Because we are one big family. And, I really believe that it would be wise if, you know, if you have at least 6 months, at least, you know, more awesome sauce, you know, but not everyone can afford, but there's also a lot of newcomers here, you know, so, even I don't care if you just have a whole bunch of rice and beans. Hey, listen, at least you're not going to go hungry. You know what I'm saying? So she goes on to say, but this is not the first time. Not sure if you're aware, but 5 days before the stock market crashed in 1921, talking about the Great Depression, she said President Hoover contacted Thomas Lamont of JP Morgan because he was concerned about the volatility of the market. And Lamont responded that the market would correct itself and the future appears brilliant. Really? Well, then why the hell did the Great Depression happen? Bingo. Okay. So when it comes to all of these financial institutions like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And a lot of them are going back and forth saying, no, soft landing, no, hard landing. Okay. Look at history. Know that history repeats itself and go with that. You know what I mean? It's just the wise thing. Go with your gut, you know? Okay, so this email came in from a community member. She said, I was watching your video today, and when you were talking about kids getting more violent at a younger age, well, in Newport, you know, she was talking about the 6-year-old, you know, what he did to his teacher. She's in the hospital in serious condition. When I heard about it at 6 years old, I know, 6 years old, you know, I'm still trying to process this. I really, truly am, because like I said, when I was doing that video, I have an 8-year-old, you know what I mean? And I can't imagine him doing this, but you know, if, you know, what are his parents thinking? You know, are they sitting back going, I can't even believe he did this. We never saw the signs, or, you know, what kind of a home does he come from? There's so many different factors that can play into this. It's just unreal, you know. I'm not saying, you know, you to shelter your children, because that would be absolutely impossible, especially in today's age of technology. But something, you know, this has to be investigated. some serious investigation, you know, and obviously the first people that they're going to look at is the parents. They could be responsible. They might not be responsible. What if he got it from an aunt and uncle, grandparents, whatever the case may be? But that kid is not going to be held responsible. He will never see the consequences of that. Why? Because there's no law on the books in any state that says that a 6-year-old can be convicted of any crime. And he can't even be brought into the juvenile justice system because he's too young. So, yeah. But a lot of people don't realize that. Yeah. Okay, so this community member, she wrote in and she said, my friend who lives in California, just like she does, just got her gas bill. She used to pay $100 a month for her entire home. Today, her bill was $600. I live in a tiny 600 square foot apartment. My gas bill is usually about $9. I only have gas for heat. I never cook anymore. In my oven has not worked for a year. I also do a tiny load of laundry once a week using cold water. I take like a 1-minute shower every day. My gas bill is usually like $9. Now it's over $50. Yeah, everybody's bills are going up. Everybody's bills. Matter of fact, car insurance bills are going up too. My son just came to me and he's just like, Mom, our car insurance just went up. And I was just like, we're not the only ones. And he goes, yeah, but it jumped up significantly. I said, Andrew, you can't go shopping around because we literally have the best insurance and the cheapest rates. You can't get any better than USAA. You know, we went, last month our bill was $180 and it has been, you know, for quite some time. And now it's going up to $220 or $230 and he's belly aching over it. I said, go anywhere else and you'll be paying 10 times that much. I said, so don't worry about it. Trust me. And now for a commercial break. And this was actually sent by my husband. Okay, this community member, she wrote in because she has some questions about, you know, what's going on because of my channel and stuff like that, how it was hacked. Yeah, I was hacked, and then when I got my channel back, they striked me twice, and I'm like, you know, thanks, Happy New Year. And she said, your original website appears to not have anything touched for about a month, but all the new videos are not showing up unless you know to go to the video archives. She said, Popular Preparedness has had the same issue for about 6 months. I wonder if this means someone thinks the two of you are highly effective at getting current events out, and or they don't want people seeing your recent actionability work. Yeah. Yeah, I've been running into this for quite some time. It's called shadow banning. Yeah. They don't want you to see what I have to say. Yeah. Now, this community member, she wrote in, and she said, the Great Molasses Flood, also known as the Boston Molasses Disaster, was a disaster that occurred on January 15th, 1919 in the North End neighborhood of Boston, Massachusetts. A large storage tank filled with 2.3 million U.S. gallons of molasses, weighing approximately 13,000 tons, burst. And the result wave of molasses rushed through the streets at an estimated 35 miles an hour, killing 21 people and injuring 150. The event entered local folklore, and residents claimed for decades after that the area still smelled of molasses on hot summer days. She sent this to me because of my butter video on my second channel. It's like butter. And now for a commercial break.
Did you hear the news? Or are you talking about the violence that's erupting throughout Mexico after El Chapo, you know, the drug kingpin's son, was apprehended?
No. How about Russia claiming that they shot down a UFO on January 3rd?
No. What? Really? Still, no. How about an unreported attack on a Las Vegas solar power farm yesterday, which involved a man lighting his car on fire and driving it into the structure, at which point he simply sat and watched the fire burn?
Well, geez, that sounds like it should be front page news.
But no!
Foreigners now banned from buying homes in Canada?
China signs major oil drilling deal with the Taliban in Afghanistan?
Human mini brains implanted in mice?
Nah!
Well, what then? Noah Schnapp came out as gay. Stranger things have happened!
And before I go, here's a beautiful picture that was sent in by a community member. It says, another moon bow from Cumberland Falls last night with a twist. Star trails included. Wow. You want to talk about beautiful. All right, guys, enjoy this picture. And I'm out of here. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fear less.